Subsequently, he did his post-graduation, MPhil and PhD in economics from University of Hyderabad. He has around 22 years of teaching and research experience in reputed national level institutions such as National Institute of Rural Development, Hyderabad, Giri Institute of Development Studies, Lucknow, and currently BBAU, Lucknow. His teaching area include the advanced microeconomics, environmental economics.
Let's carry on.
Is there any issue? Yeah. Okay. Econometrics and research methodology. He has specialized in the areas of environmental economics, agricultural economics, and more specifically in the issues of land, water, agrarian relations, sanitation, health, and climate change. He has a number of publications in national and various international publications as well. Some of the major publications are from renowned journals such as Earth Vijna, Indian Journal of Agriculture Economics, Journal of Rural Development, Journal of Land and Rural Studies, Economic and Political Weekly, Helion, and many more. Further, he has completed nearly 9 projects which were sponsored by national as well as international agencies. He has more than 10 PhDs and 4 MPhil to his credit. He has also received several institutional awards, including N.A. Majumdar Award by Indian Society of Agricultural Economics, and also the Best Academic and Research Excellence Award by the Vice Chancellor of BBAU University. He has collaborated with international organizations and has also visited many foreign countries. And along with his various academic achievements, he has a wide range of administrative experiences as well. So, not delaying the session anymore, we would like to request Professor Nayak sir to please start his session and enlighten us with his knowledge. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ekta Srivastava, and thank you. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, sir.
And thank you very much to Dr. Firdos Ahmad, the organizer. And I appreciate the great effort by Dr. Firdos Ahmad for connecting Jammu Kashmir Economic Organization, Jammu and Kashmir Economic Association to the national level and inviting a lot of experts for delivering lectures in this series. It's a great effort, and I appreciate his endeavors. So without delaying, let me start it. So is it visible? The slides are visible?
Yes, sir. Now we are looking at Zoom meetings.
Quantitative data analysis by using STATA.
No, sir, it is Zoom logic.
It is it?
You can, sir, just close this tab, Zoom meeting. Is there tab 1, launch meeting Zoom? You can close this one. Then you can rotate the slide.
Okay, achha, the one is so Salai. Okay, that means once again it asked me to.
Yes, sir, you can try again because
there is some
correction.
Okay. Is it audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
So there is some technical problem again. It is coming. This one.
Sir, you can minimize this screen.
Which one? This one?
Yes, sir. The Google Chrome.
But again, the launch meeting is again coming.
No, sir, you are already in Zoom.
Already that is what, no? Why this one is again and again coming? So, is it visible to you, this slide? No.
No, sir,
No,
not
sir.
yet.
Oh, there is some problem. That's what I'm trying to launch meeting is coming again and again.
Sir, you close this, tab at the top. Launch meeting Zoom, you can close this one totally.
This Zoom workplace.
Yes, sir. You can close this completely.
Then what? Then how I will come?
Because you are already in Zoom.
Sir, you
You
can
are already.
minimize that Google Chrome.
Okay. Leave.
I think started joining directly, through the link. Is already not having tab. So try to minimize this whole. Yes, sir. Minimize it. Now it is, visible, sir. Now you try to change this data slide, sir. PPT we are now visible. PPT is now visible, sir. You can shift it to the data now. Yes, sir. Slideshow is also going there. Sir, you can unmute yourself. You are mute.
Am I audible to everybody now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. You are audible.
Sorry for the this inconvenience. So this basic class is basically introduction of the STATA software. And the STATA software, as you know, is very popular, which is used by the social science students. And also the students from other streams or background from other like physical science, even medical science, and other stream people for their respective use. And in research, there are a lot of, it is very familiar software, we can say. Now in the online, through online, whatever possible, we'll uh, discuss some of the significant issues which will be useful for the students, like those who are at the entry level, even also the students, those who are at the advanced level. And I came to know that also some of the participants already, they are also professionals, like they are in different colleges, universities, they are working at the entry level and also in middle level. Whatever may be, but how the STATA software can be used, we'll discuss some of the issues, like what the software is all about, how to enter the data file creation. These are some of the very basic things I will discuss here. But significantly, uh, after collecting the data and the data entry, what are the steps we need to follow? That that is also very significant for a researcher, like to understand whether the data which has been collected from the field, entered in the computer, whether it is correctly collected and correctly entered. These two things are very significant steps, because always uh, data becomes erroneous or research errors are in 4 stages. We know it in 4 stages. One is at the formulation of questions. There might be some kind of error. Then at the level of data collection, there is some kind of error. Then again, at the entry level, some kind of error also takes place. And obviously, all kind of error leads to the error in interpretations. So two important factors, data collection and data entry. And validating the data is a significant steps at the entry level in the computer. That we can, through the help of STATA, we can, to some extent, we can minimize that error. So STATA will be helpful for that. That is why it is called as a data validation. So remember always, whenever you are entering the data, before going to process it or analyze anything, data validate it. You validate the data, and so that to some extent the error in the data entry can be minimized. Then second is data manipulation. Manipulation here is not necessarily is a negative one. Manipulation means creation of one variable from the existing variable or creation of many variables from the existing variable. How to create many variables according to the need of the student or need of the researcher. That is also STATA helps in doing such kind of so data validation, then data manipulation. These are two significant factors. Normally, with the help of a software, we used to do. Then tabulation for creating after validation, after doing a lot of manipulation, creation of new variables according to the need of the student, the need of the researcher, we tabulate it. Tabulate here is in generation of various tables, graphs, and other figures also. So to reflect in a better way, in a transparent way, which will attract to the reader, to the subscriber for the, so that way STATA software helps to the researcher. Then the next step is very significant for us. That is basically how to analyze the data. Obviously, data analysis is a significant part, which is completely a researcher's responsibility. And a researcher, normally, we need to do what way we can analyze the data. Normally, in economics field or also social science field, knowingly or unknowingly, we do a lot of analysis. So here we can do some kind of analysis with the help of table, diagrams, and some of the very small statistical techniques. We can do the analysis like univariate analysis, like the analysis of variables by taking only a single variable. Then bivariate analysis by taking two variables, correlate them, or always linking or understanding their relationship or association between the two variables, what way they are correlated or associated. That way also we can always think and we do it. Then multivariate analysis is basically to understand the association of multiple variables, more than two variables at a stage. And this way we can understand the description of the variables. That I think for analytical purposes, these are very helpful tools where the STATA helps us to make us understand. Now, coming to a little bit advanced model, like how the field survey or cross-section data are helpful. We normally use a lot of econometrics model a little bit to understand a little bit in advanced stage. So cross-section data can be used like multiple regression analysis, through dummy variable analysis, or some way logic and a probit kind of analysis also being done by using the cross-section data. So these are the a very brief way we can go to how to analyze the cross-section data that we have or we are supposed to collect from the field, maybe from a village survey data or multiple villages, maybe from a urban unit, or maybe from a rural unit. So let me coming directly to STATA. Whenever any problem comes, please let me know, so that because I am unable to get whether it is visible to you or whether it is audible to you or not. So just very briefly to make you what is the STATA is all about. It is a multiple user, we can say it is a very useful statistical software for the research purposes, especially for social science students, or as I have told you, it is the students, the researchers from other background students are also used, and also the institutions, various ministries, even also the STATA software is used for census kind of enumeration. And in India is also the STATA is also used for NFHS, National Family and Health Survey, as you know, which is being conducted in every 5 years by Ministry of Health with the support of International Institute of Population Science. Then very significantly, the STATA software is also used by National Sample Survey Organization, NSSO, by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementations. All the reports, maybe annual reports, maybe 5 years report, all the reports which are compiled by the Ministry of Statistics, all are also used with the help of STATA. And STATA and SPSS and another software that is R. These three are very useful in social science, and STATA is one among them. So STATA has basically three versions. One is intercooled, that is a medium one, which normally the institutions, maybe its capacity is up to 5 lakh observation can be accommodated. And the small one is basically for individual researchers up to PhD students. Its capacity is only for 1000. And the extended special edition is very high volume. As I have told you, like census, NSS, NSSO, NFHS, these are used for STATA, etc. This is a slide which is compared with all the significant softwares, especially STATA, SPSS, SAS, R, and Excel. I'm not going very detailed because time is short, and you can share with these slides. STATA is having one very important advantage of STATA software is STATA is having a lot of reference materials. Many people have written on STATA software. Many books you will find it. Especially STATA, if you look at the hard copies, there are, I think, 16 to 17 volumes are there. Nowadays, all the volumes are incorporated within the software, and that is very interesting one. Very significant with the STATA software, those who are working independently at the worldwide also, and some of the commands other than the STATA Corporation of India, they can independently, they can link with STATA, and one can use those commands with the help of STATA software. This is a very interesting facility which are inscribed in STATA software. So there are a lot of references, and most significant part is you can work very easily, and one can read many materials which are available within the STATA, and many which also through the help of Google Scholar and other link also, one can download many materials and study it. So now the one important part of the STATA is basically it's the syntax. Syntax, I'm not going all the very all the syntaxes how to use it, but some of the syntax which are very useful and very common, elementary at nature, those things will be discussed here. Syntax means how to write a programming. The way of writing the programming, either you can use it in a window directly or you can write it. So directly we can go to the window and we can use those commands. Automatically you will get the results one way, or you can write it by your own way and you will get the results. So that is the process of syntax, and I'm not coming to those syntaxes. However, I am coming directly about the nature of the STATA. You know, Excel, just to have a little comparison. You know, in Excel and the STATA is a very specialized kind of software. It is having 7 to 8 windows. All are very specialized in nature. And it has 3 types of files. One file is called as a DTA file, another is called as a command file, where the commands are saved. So this is called as a do file, and others as a log file. Log file means it is an output file. Dr. Firdaus, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, okay. So, but in case of Excel, only in one sheet which is visible to us, which is the input file and called as the output file, where data is entered, the program is done, and everything is done in one sheet. But Excel is, STATA is a little bit different from uh, those kind of facilities. Let me show you with the help of STATA software. So then I think we can, if I open STATA, is it visible to you?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yes, sir.
Now it is visible. Okay, fine. So, okay. So this is basically, I'm just skipping one important part, how to enter the data, how to rename the variables, or labeling the variables. That part just it is similar to Excel, but naming and naming the variables, labeling the variables, naming the variables, these are little very elementary. Some of them are I am skipping. You can do in a similar way as it is in Excel. We used to do, but here something more than that. Let me discuss, like labeling and label define. So this is basically a file where you can see this is all about the STATA software. Now, whatever in the middle of the screen is visible to you, this window is basically called as an output window, where the output is, whenever we run any program, the output is visible here only in the middle. And look at here in the right hand side corner, there are two and three screens are visible in the right hand side. And in the right hand corner, this window is basically called as a variable window. Variable window means here all the variables that are defined by you in your data file, those will be visible here. Then in the left hand side, look at here in the left hand side also, in the left corner, this is called as a command window. Command window means all the commands that are used at present will be visible here. So that is why it is also called as, and it is basically, this command window is applicable as long as you are working. Once you close your window, this will be deleted, or this will be eliminated. And again, the screen will be 0 or empty. Then again, once you start the work, again it will be loaded like this. So that is why it is called as a command window. And look at here, if I am audible and visible to everybody, in the bottom of the screen, that is in the just below the window screen, sorry, output screen or output window, one small bar is visible to you, which is called as a command window. This is because the command will be placed here, and you can once you run, the output will be visible to you. Right now, how to okay. Now, if you look at here, look at the STATA here. My cursor is moving here. This is basically called as a C here. This is a basically called as a data editor window. That means all the data which I have in my file is loaded. This is basically a data window, we can say. So data window is not visible to you, will not be visible to you. Whenever you will open it purposefully, that will be open, or else it will not be open. One fundamental difference between SPSS and the STATA, those who are working in both of the SPSS and STATA, they can understand it easily. That in case of SPSS, the output file is hidden. But in case of STATA, the output file or output window will be in front of the researcher. Whereas in case of the data file will be very in front of the researcher or the user in case of SPSS, but in case of STATA, it is hidden. This is the fundamental difference. Because to my knowledge, data is, if you look at the data, nothing is very special about it. Because the data, what you will understand, whenever you will use them, and if you get some kind of output, by looking into the output, you can understand what is the level of your data, how good your data is all about. So therefore, this is a fundamental difference between, I'm not going to say which is better, which is wrong, which is correct. That is not my purpose. What purpose is here is basically the data window is hidden here, but output window is open to you. This is a fundamental difference. Now, let me see. And another window, which is basically called as a data browser. This is, sorry, this is called as a do file window. Very significantly, STATA is having one very significant facility. That facility is called as saving the commands, or it is otherwise called as a do file window. What is, those who are new to this, it will be very interesting for them. That STATA software is having a provision of saving the commands of today, whatever you are working, for the future time. In the sense, maybe after 5 years, maybe after 6 years, you open your commands, you will remember that what you have done. And you can rechange your commands, and you can see what level of work you have done 2 years ago, 1 year ago, or in the past, whatever you have done, so that you can recall that thing. So that is why do file is a very good facility for any specialized command, where in case of Excel, maybe some of the other software, I do not know, but may not have this kind of facility, but STATA is having this kind of facilities. So this is a very interesting one. Now let us say how to, let me come to the this one, how to open a command file or do file. Let me work here, because in this file, especially we have already a DTA file. The DTA file means the data file. This data file is basically a file which is, I have collected the data. It's a project file. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we have done a project, and So some data we have collected, that file we can use it for your reference. Now coming to how to open a do file here. Do file today we can use a do file. Do file is very useful here. Let us say cmd log using, if I put this command in the STATA, you can look at here. Suppose use a command cmd. Cmd means cmd log. It is the command. STATA is having very interesting phenomena, that is put a command first, then enter it, and you will find some kind of output. The cmd log using chart.do. See, if, is it visible to everybody? If you use the command file,
Yes,
that
yes.
is basically cmd log using chart.do, what is happening here? When I entered, you might have noticed in the bottom of the right hand corner, this one, cmd log on. It means I have already created a do file, and whatever command today we will use here, all the files will be automatically saved in that file. So you can put in a reference, and after completion of this lecture, one can also use that how many commands I have put it, and you can save it for future time, maybe for tomorrow, maybe for other years or years together. You can use this. So this is a very good facility in case of STATA has given. Now coming to the other command, how to open a output file, that is basically log command. Now coming to the directly the data sheet. This is a knowing about the data file. Look at here, being a researcher, whenever you are using any kind of data file, maybe data file from secondary sources, maybe data file from the primary sources. So understanding the data file is very significant. What kind of variables are there? What is the nature of the variables? And how these variables will be useful for my research purposes. So basic questions one need to understand it. So knowing or understanding or filling the data is a very significant part on the part of a researcher. So first you fill the data. What kind of a data is it is here? So in order to understand the data or fill the data or to know about the data, we have certain basic commands. That basic command we must understand that the STATA is having. Let us say in this file particularly, how many variables are there? So if you put a command, very simple command, which is called as a describe. And if you write a simple command in case of a STATA, which is basically called as a describe, then what is coming? So I have written describe here and entered it. Look at here. So this is the output. In front of you, many things are coming. That is basically coming HHNO. Is it visible to you? All of you?
Yes, sir.
HHNO means household number. Household number is given. Household number means in this file, there are many households. How many households? I'll show you now. But this is basically a household number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is given. Then respo. Respo means name of the respondent. Then family size. How many family members are there within a family? That is number wise will be given. Then this is basically I have collected in 2017 to 2019 from the slums in Lucknow. That is a project under ICSSR, where the sample size is almost 900. So a couple of papers are also already published out of this work. So basically we have all the collected the data from all the zones, covering all the 6 zones during that time. Lucknow city was 6 zones. So we have covered almost all the zones. Then ward, then slums. All the slums, there are 607 slums, both notified and non-notified slums were there. So we have collected data. And this is about type of slums. Type of slums. So let me see what is this type of slums. This is, if I write a small command like tab type of a slums, what is coming? So this is a what you can call it. I think you are getting some of the output. I wrote tab command. Tab is a very basic command to understand about a categorical variable. So look at here. Let me define how many types of variables are there. So I think many of you might be aware about the nature of the variables or the type of variables. We know that there are 2 types of variables. One is numerical, which is in economics we call it a measurement variable. Measurement variable means real number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this, which are visible to you in terms of number. So those kind of variables are called as a measurement variable. And the second category is called as a categorical variable. Categorical variable is basically called the variables which are written or measured in terms of categories. So there are categorical variables are again divided into many forms or many types, like nominal categories, ordinal categories, dichotomous, multichotomous. So there are many types of categorical variables. One is, let us say, suppose one numerical variable is there, like education. Education, you know that we have collected data from the field. What is the educational qualification of a particular respondent? That we have collected in terms of what is called as in measurement in real values, like 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, maybe 12 years, maybe 2 years, maybe 0 years, that is illiteracy. Then we have classified them in various categories. Like one category is illiteracy. Illiteracy means 0 years of schooling. Then maybe pre-primary, up to 2 years or 3 years. Then primary, maybe up to 3 years to 5 years. Then secondary level, maybe up to 7 years. Then higher secondary, up to 11 years or 10 years, like this. Then middle range or intermediate range, maybe 11 and 12. Then graduation, like this. So this kind of a categorical variable is basically called as ordered categories. They are arranged in a particular order, from lower to higher order. So always remember, whenever the categorical variables, because as I have told you, categorical variables are in different form. So ordered category is a very significant one. And some of the categories like called as interval variable. Interval variable means the number of intervals or ranges a categorical variable are in same proportion. In the sense, suppose you have divided the entire range of a particular variable into 4 categories, where we call it a quartile basis. Quartile basis means each 25% of the total variables will be accommodated in one range. So all the ranges are same in length. The first quartile is 1 to 25%, then 26 to 50, then 51 to 75, then 76 to 100. So here all the ranges are equal in number. So those kind of a variable is also called as an interval variable. Interval variable. Then ordinal variable. Ordinal means, as I have told you, the variables which will be arranged in order. Then another is nominal variables. The categorical variable which are portrayed in various categories, but you cannot change, you may or may not change it also, but it is in categories. Like in Indian scenario, caste, religion, race, these are basically called as a nominal categorical variable. Nominal, like caste is scheduled, it is scheduled by the government of India. Like general category, OBC category, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. These are already scheduled by the government of India. So you need not to change it, which are already described it. So, and each category is independent of the other. So neither in terms of the ranges are equal, or it is nor in terms of order. It is not in order. It is very specific to each category is very specific to the other. Like religion, Hindu and Muslim, Christians, Buddhism, all these things are very independent to each other. So therefore, these kind of categories are called as nominal variables or nominal categories. So remember these things whenever we describe or we use the categorical variable, what kind of a category it is, whether it is a nominal variable, whether it is a ordinal variable, whether it is a interval variable, or whether it is a measurement variable. That is, you need to understand theoretically. Then your analysis will be very significant one. For example, look at here the type of slum. Here I have tabbed it or to understood how many categories are in this variable. Look at here in the table, notified and non-notified. So this is a two categories. The variable is having only two categories. As per the government of India norms, the slums are divided into two categories. One category is notified, another is non-notified. Notified means which are already placed based on the government of India or any kind of regional level or local level documents that the government, the state government or central government, the residential, the slum dwellers are notified already in the document. All the facilities related to the various schemes, government programs can avail through by the notified residents. And those names are not notified by the government. These residents or the dwellers are called as non-notified dwellers. So they cannot be eligible for getting any kind of facilities by the government, like electricity, like drinking water, like sanitation facilities, any other kind of facilities they cannot uh, get it. So easily one can understand that by using a what is called as uh, a categorical variable. So categorical variable may be two types, maybe three types, maybe four types. So two types is basically called as a dichotomous variable. And if it is more than two, we can say it is a multichotomous or multiple categories belongs to it. Let us say the similar way you can use it. And what is getting here, you can understand the frequency. So in case of a very what is called as basically the frequency distribution in case of univariate analysis. This is the primary level of analysis where you do it is a univariate analysis. That is a basic understanding about frequency. In this case, especially, what is the percentage of residents those are belonging to the notified? Here the result shows almost 53.56% of the households they are under the notified. Slums and the rest 46.4% are coming under non-notified. That way you can have some kind of analysis. So analyzing a single variable, which is univariate analysis, is basically nothing but the frequency distribution. And you can show this in terms of table. You can show this in terms of diagram also, like your bar diagram, like your many other kind of diagram also. One can show it. For example, here is a graph, right? Here is a graphic, and you can look at here this chart. If you go with the bar chart, I have entered the bar chart. So now uh, horizontal, if you look at a horizontal, if you do here bar chart, then what is this? Is coming under mean. Okay, if I do the, and here is the variable. Let me see. Uh, type of slum. Okay, type of slum. Then if I put here okay, what is coming? Oh, let me close it. I think this is not very clear. Uh,
You can go histogram.
histogram. That is okay. Now let me see the type of slums here. Now density. Let me put here okay. I think this way. This is if it is visible to you. That way it is coming notified in the left hand side and non notified in the right hand side. As you know, in the description table, especially the frequency distribution, one is almost around 55%, 54%, and the other is 46%. That is here it is visible. That way you can make a little better by doing it. And the other way also, one can use this uh, bar, especially by using the Excel sheet, because STATA is very good in frequency distribution. You can take these results and use with the help of Excel, and you can also do some kind of editing and then do there in Excel sheet. Excel sheet is having a little bit user friendly on your front, and you can copy and you can paste those data and get a in terms of little bit bar and analyze it. That way you can go it. So this is all about univariate analysis. Uh, now coming to bivariate. What is the significance of a bivariate analysis? So far as bivariate analysis is concerned, we are basically able to understand the association between the two variables, a relationship between the two variables. Association means, let me see, when you are doing some kind of a frequency distribution between the two variables, how much they are distributed across them. So that we can understand. For example, let me see one variable, another variable is a religion here. If you tap here, what is coming? Look at here. So this field survey data is having 900 samples, as I have told you already. They are distributed with three religion. One is Hindu, another is Muslim, another is Christians. And Christians are having only only two households are from Christian background. So mostly Hindu and Muslim. So from our data says almost 71% of the total households are coming under Hindu, and almost 29% of the households are coming from Muslim background. This is the religion status. Then if you look at here, the caste of the households, So something is coming like this. Let me put the command tab, then enter. What is coming? Look at here this data. That is basically general category is having 19%, OBC is having 44%, scheduled caste is almost coming 34%. Then scheduled tribe in Lucknow city will not find much households which are coming under the scheduled tribe community. Maybe here in our sample it is only 2% of the total households. So this way the variable, one is religion and other is caste, is distributed, right? So now we have to do a bivariate analysis. Bivariate analysis means the frequency distribution of the bivariate analysis is basically between the two variables. How we'll do it? So that is, one can do it like this. You can do, you write it tab. Look at here, this is a very fundamental one, religion, then put here the caste, right? What is coming? Let me see. The result is very simple. The distribution of religion across the caste. Religion is in portrayed in left hand side and caste is in the right hand side. Or in other words, you can say religion is basically it is in row wise and column wise it is caste, you can say. But how do you interpret the results? These results are distributed in terms of number here. That is, Hindu religion is distributed in four castes: 76, 243, 299, and 19. Like this. And Muslims are also divided into 99, 152, 10, etc., etc. What does it mean? It means that a religion is distributed across the caste. Now the next question comes, if you look at this table, what sense it gives to you? This is a fundamental question. Does it give some sense? I think this number may not give you much sense. Because even also I have collected data, I do not have much knowledge about what is the use of this number to me. Similarly, whenever you are collecting data and you are playing a number game, because the number game does not have much sense. You calculate in terms of frequency distribution, when frequency distribution is measured in terms of percentage only. So whenever you are doing certain kind of frequency distribution, you write it in terms of percentage distribution. So percentage distribution, in order to add in this table, what you have to do is you have to write comma and a row. You write it in the row. Row means row-wise percentage. Look at here. This table has been given one additional column, additional row. That is percentage-wise distribution. What does it mean? Let me explain a little bit. Those who are new, I think you can understand in a better way. Like Hindu religion is distributed across all the four castes in terms of frequency distribution. That is in percentage. Like general category is 12%, OBC is 38%, SC is 27%, and ST is 3%. That way, some sense is given to you. Some sense. So sense means bivariate analysis is basically gives one way that Hindu religion is distributed across four castes, where scheduled caste is highest in my study, followed by OBC and general category and ST category. That way you can write it. So here you can analyze data is that ST community is highest, followed by OBC, then general and ST community. That way you can analyze it, and you can finally you can have a conclusion by looking into the entire table. Similarly, how the Muslims are also distributed, that way also you can analyze. Then Christians are distributed, that way you can analyze. This is basically called as a row-wise distribution of religion across the caste. Now, what way the caste is distributed across the religion? That way also we can understand what is the distribution of a caste across the religion. That way also you can see here. Now what you can do is you can put one more row and one more one is column, right? So look at here, when I put another command, that is column COL, one is when I have added here, what is given? Now another row is added in the second row, percentage figure is given. And how we will interpret this result? Look at here. Now you have to go through the column-wise analysis. That is general category, then OBC, then SC, then ST. Within the general category, Hindu community is almost 43%. Then Musalman is 57% and Christian is 0%. So now the general category, you can analyze the data that general category is distributed over Hindu and Musalman or Muslims, where the Hindu religion is almost 53%, 43%, and the rest 57% are from Muslims. So this way you can go through it. Now the question comes. This is the bivariate, multivariate, the bivariate analysis of a frequency distribution, you can say, where two variables are basically distributed. We can understand the distribution of two variables in terms of percentage. Now, the third step of a bivariate analysis is how the distribution is statistically significant. Because being a student of economics or being a student of social science, whatever you are doing is always linked with the statistics. This is the fundamental principle. Whatever you are going to say, whether the statistics accept it or not. So statistical acceptance is also a significant step for a researcher. And whatever you are saying here, whether statistically you can prove it or not, that we have to look into. So in case of a bivariate analysis, what kind of statistical techniques you can see? So as we know theoretically that chi-square, one technique, one statistical instrument is there, chi-square. So if you put here the chi-square is, you can understand whether it is the distribution is statistically correct or significant or not. That way also you can understand it. I think somebody has marked it. That means whenever somebody is not able to understand, you can put me question so that it will be interesting, much more interesting. Look at here. In this command, I have add one more command, that is chi-square, CHI2. Look at here. If I enter it, what is coming? In one more line, it is coming here. Pearson chi-square is equal to 191.8535. And the probability value is 0.000. Right? If you know theoretically, statistically, chi-square value is basically 199.85. It is a very huge value. And its probability statistics is 0%. That means the level of significance is 0. Coming under the 1% level. You know, in statistics, we divide the level of significance in 3 stages. One is 1%, second one is 5%, and third one is up to 10%. That we normally classify the level of significance in any in distribution. Even also T statistics also you used to do the same kind of phenomena for understanding the level of significance into 3 stages. Now, what does it mean? For 0, probability statistics is equal to 0.000. That means this value is coming under 1% level of significance. It means this distribution, especially the bivariate analysis, the distribution statistical, the frequency distribution between the two variables, that one is a religion and a caste, is highly significant. The rejection level is only 1%, and acceptance level is almost rest up to 99%. So whatever we have done here, the frequency distribution is very significant one. That means whatever we say or we can interpret out of this result is a very significant one. Statistically, it is getting supported. That way you can always analyze it. Remember one thing, whenever you do some kind of a frequency distribution, so through a bivariate analysis, always put a chi-square kind of technique so that you can understand, you can have a confidence, level of confidence very systematically. Okay. So this is the first stage of understanding the descriptive statistics. So description can be a univariate level or can be a bivariate level. Now, we have two types of variable. One variable.
Excuse me, there is
Yes.
somebody, Disha, she is, disturbing the screen. So I am having the option to, yeah.
Somebody is doing that, but I don't understand what is the purpose of doing such kind of thing.
Disha, you are doing it by mistake, then, you can convey the same. Unless I can, throw you out of the group. If you are not interested, you can leave. Okay, sir, kindly proceed.
No, I could not understand if
Sir,
somebody is not able to understand or what.
No, they are, clicking it by mistake sometimes. But I have asked them that if it is by mistake, you then let us know. Or if you are doing it deliberately, then you can leave.
No, they can, if they are not able to understand, they can ask me questions. They interfere and ask me questions. There is no problem here. But
Yes,
don't interfere like this. Anyhow.
Yes, sir, please.
So this is the first stage of bivariate analysis. So bivariate analysis basically compares the distribution of a frequency from one categorical variable to another categorical variable. And the second issue is, as I have told already, there are two types of, normally we have two types of variable. One is measurement variable, another is categorical variable. Obviously, the question how the distribution, especially the frequency distribution, takes place between a measurement variable with or by a categorical variable. Measurement variable by a categorical variable. Let me say categorical variable, let us say caste is a categorical variable. And the measurement variable is family size. Family size means what is the average size of a family? Maybe five person, somewhere might be 7, somewhere maybe like this. So what kind of statistical tools or description one can do so far as here? Because unlike here, frequency distribution in terms of a percentage, in case of a frequency distribution between measurement variable and categorical, not necessarily will be always in percentage, but in terms of other statistical techniques like mean, median, mode, standard deviation, etc., etc. So all the basic statistical tools can be used in this case. That is the frequency distribution between two variables. One is measurement with a categorical variable. Then obviously the question comes in what kind of a command we can give. Like here we have given one command, tab command. And in case of distribution between measurement variable to categorical variable, we'll give another command that is known as table command. Remember these things. There are three significant commands. Three commands are there in STATA. Naturally, for all the statistical software, even SPSS and other, it is these three commands are usable. One is tab command, that is the distribution between one categorical to another categorical variable. Then table command, distribution between measurement variable to categorical variable. Then the third one is called as a tab start. In the STATA, it is a very specific one. Tab start means the distribution among measurement variables. That we can understand it. What are the measurement variables? These three commands will describe here how the frequency distribution can be done by using these three commands. One is a tab command, we have already completed. Then coming to the second command, that is a table command. Table command is, as I have told you, table command is used in terms of the distribution between what is called as categorical variable with a measurement variable. First, identify a measurement variable. Let me write the command table. Table, then a what is anybody is saying something?
They are so that for them. Yes, sir, you carry on.
Let me see family size. Right. So family size. First put the categorical variable, that is caste. If you put table, then caste, then put a comma here, then write C. C means here we are basically giving instruction to the STATA that C means basically calculate or estimate. So table caste comma C, then what we can put here? Mean of what is that called? Now put the family size. Family size here is a measurement variable. So mean of a family size, you can write it here. Then you can write it the standard deviation of a family size. How family size is varied, or what is the level of variation of a family size from across all the families. Then you can write it median of family size, right? Then also you can write other things like coefficient variation also you can write here. What is the standard deviation, not mean, standard deviation already I have written, then median I have written, and coefficient of variation. Let me see by putting this 4, what is coming. So what I have given here is basically table command is a basically STATA based command which try to understand the distribution of a categorical variable by a measurement variable. And measurement variable, normally whenever we understand how the distribution can be understood, it can be understood by different elementary statistical tools like mean, median, standard deviation, coefficient variation, etc., etc. So this can be given. So now CB is a invalid command. CB you avoid it because it is CB is basically the standard deviation by the mean. So it is not getting. Now avoid the CB. To avoid what is coming, let me see. I think this value is coming. Look at here. Now across the caste, the family size is given. Now general category is coming under 5.28. OBC is 5.23, and the scheduled caste is 5.11, and the scheduled tribe is 6.01. So the number of scheduled tribe families are very less, but the mean value of family size is highest, followed by general category, then OBC, then scheduled caste. So this kind of results is coming. Look at here the standard deviation. The standard deviation is also varied across the caste. Means though it is because standard deviation is a relative value, we cannot say that while looking which is, we can just say which is the highest, which is maximum or minimum standard deviation that way, but we cannot say which is whether it is acceptable or not acceptable. That way we cannot see because other statistical measures are there already. So standard deviation, then median. Median value is, I think, coming everywhere 5, and in ST it is coming 6. But one thing we can add here, that is minimum and maximum. That way we can have a better understanding under each categories. If you put here this command, let me put minimum value of family size, then we can have a better understanding. Then max maximum value of family size, and after the bracket I can write it here row. If I write here row wise, what is coming? Let me see. Let me see. Just I am experimenting it. Marks command is invalid or required argument. I think. Let me rewrite it. Okay, marks value is family size. Now again, look at here. This table gives some kind of additional values. Look at here this table. If you look at here the mean value, especially the mean value of family size across the caste is given here under general category. As I have told you, it is highest in scheduled tribe, then followed by general, then OBC, then scheduled caste. But the across all the caste, the mean value is 5.21. This is relevant for us. You can write a single statement. In this case study, the average size of family size is 5.2. Right. Then standard deviation is also given, and the median value is given, and the minimum value. Look at here why I am giving emphasis on minimum and maximum value. If you put marks in each sense, that how, because as I have told you at the beginning, try to understand, try to feel the variable. That means each and every variable you must understand very minorly or very deeply. So understanding minimum and maximum value will give some kind of a sense that if in all the categories other than ST, the minimum family size is 1 and maximum is somewhere 14, 10, etc., etc. So this is a very significant one. In overall analysis, the maximum family size is 14 and minimum one is 1. So there are a lot of variation across the family size, and large scale variation it is there in OBC category, and there is a minimum variation is across the ST category. So that way, being a students of economics or being a students in statistics, you can always look into this distribution. So this is a distribution of what you can say the second category, that is categorical variable along with the measurement variable. And this is basically, you can say it is a multivariate analysis, sorry, bivariate analysis, that one variable is distributed across the other variable, bivariate analysis. Now, coming to the third category of distribution.
Sorry for inconvenience, sir. We are having just 5 minutes. The next session is going then.
Okay, there is no problem.
Okay.
The third category of a distribution to understand the bivariate analysis or multivariate analysis. Let me put here in the way of a multivariate analysis, because at a stage more than 2 variables we can take it and understand. Now, what is the distribution of measurement variables? how the measurement variables can be understood by taking some kind of statistical tools. For example, here in this file, I have a sum of measurement variables like one is family size, and the other one is income, total income. Household wise income is also we have collected. I think family status is not here. Only two variables, and per capita income is there. Per capita income is not an original variable because it is derived from the total income by the household size. In this file, this is a small file. In this file, for three variables are there which are measurement in nature. One is family size, another is total income, another is per capita income. We can have a what you can say uh, multivariate analysis among all the categorical, sorry, numerical variables. So let me do this command. This kind of analysis can be done with the help of a very significant command that is called as a tab start. Remember this thing. One is tab, another is a table, and third one is a tab start command. So let me put here tab start, TABSTAT, tab start. Now put here all the measurement variables. Okay, all the measurement variable. One is your family size. Family size. Whenever I am writing family size, then second one is coming total income. At a stage, I am taking all the three variables. Then put a comma. Write here one simple S. S means statistics here. Then put here what kind of statistics you are interested to use. Let me see mean, then median, then you can write mode, then you can write standard deviation, then you can write minimum, then you can write maximum, then close here. It's five things at a time for three variables. One is family size, total income, and per capita income can be measured, and by five statistical instruments. Remember one thing here. You can use also 10 variables at a stage. If you have a larger file, measurement variables, you can use them here. And 10 variables, 15 variables, 20 variables, whatever the number of all the measurement variables can be put at a stage. This is the very beauty of this software, that at a time, all the measurement variables in a file or in your research and all the statistical instrument, maybe up to 10 statistical instrument here can be put. So let me put a enter. What is median? Oh, so I have done some mistake. It is instead of median, I have written mode is not taking. Let me. Okay, now this is coming mean, then median, standard deviation, minimum, maximum. Look at here. If you don't remember also this command, also you can always take the help of a STATA. After describing it, one more important part of the STATA, how to use the STATA software, I can always give this emphasis to the students that you write nothing, just write one thing, help and the name of that command. If you write here, then automatically it will come in the your manual. Write here help, tab start, then what is coming C. This is very interesting one. Those who are new or beginners, it will be very helpful for them. Always write the command that is help, then that command, and you will give this kind of, you will get this kind of manual which are already described within the STATA software. That means within the STATA command, you can use all these things. What you can use? Look at here. Mean you can use, count, n, sum, maximum, minimum, range, standard deviation, variation, then variance, then coefficient of variance, then skewness, kurtosis, then P1, P5, that is all the percentile, then median value, all these things you can calculate. Almost 10 kind of statistical instrument can be calculated by using the capstat command at a time for a number of variables, maybe 10, 20, whatever number of variables you have, you can calculate it. So this is a way of taking the help of STATA command. If you do not remember these things, you can always remember one term, that is help, and the name of a variable. Then you can use it. Now describe them, this variable, because we have three variables: family size, total income, and per capita income, their mean value, then their median value, standard deviation value, minimum and maximum. So far as mean is, I have told you 5.2, total income is 9,000 something, per capita income is 2,000 something. Look at here, being a student of statistics always, mean value will be significant if you are calculating standard deviation. So just calculating the mean value does not have much sense unless and until you are calculating the standard deviation, because standard deviation gives you sense that how good your mean value is associated, or all the respondents' value is associated with the mean value, because standard deviation will give that kind of analysis, that whether it is the variation is very high or variation is low or variation is medium. That means that way in statistics it gives you some kind of a sense that standard deviation is. Here is standard deviation in case of family size is only 2. Not means the variation is not very high, it is a middle range. But in case of total income, the variation is very high, 7,700 something. That means within the observations, 900 observation, 900 households, the income is the variation among the variation within the variation of income within the family is very rough one, you can say very high. So that way one can interpret that mean value is not a very good reflector, you can say, so far as the entire observation is concerned, because variation is very high or standard deviation is very high. Even also in per capita income, it is also very high. So that means inequality persists. One can say that inequality persists so far as the total income, per capita income is concerned across the household. That is my concern. One can interpret this data so far as standard deviation and the mean by looking into these two. That mean value is just a what is called as very a reflect which is the mean value among the things, but the variation, standard deviation is to me is a very significant one, because it studies how it varies across the households. So it shows about some kind of inequality persists among the households so far as the total income is concerned and per capita income is concerned. That way one can analyze the data. I think Firdaus, shall I extend or you want to close it as you wish?
As we are going, we wanted to, extend more time.
Because already
was
I was late by 1 hour, and so perhaps it is 5 o'clock almost, or
Yes,
10
sir.
minutes to 5 o'clock. So let me
Now,
close here. If anything or any
yes, sir.
time if you wish, then you can come
Ek-
and have a
Ekta,
discussion
are
with
you
other
there?
chapter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Sure.
In case any doubt, the students, those who are newcomer or first timer, they can ask me this question, because I don't think much question will be there, because these are all elementary things.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for the very informative lecture, sir. Now, without wasting any time, I would like to ask from the audience if there's anyone having any query.
They can unmute themselves, open their video, and ask directly the question. Let us make these 5 minutes interactive. You are able to, open your camera, unmute yourself, and ask the question directly. If not, then Ekta can read from the chat box. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, I'm working on NSSO 59, 70th, and 77th round. While extraction, I encountered some error. It shows HHID is not unique. And that's why we can't merge subsequent levels.
But it must be unique. I think somewhere you have to make those files unique.
Yes, sir.
That HHNO, you have to make it unique because that is the only one variable which must be unique across all the files. Then only you can merge it. Otherwise, how you will be merging? So somewhere, if I
Sir,
go
in
through
level,
that file,
yes, sir. Sir, in level 1 and 2, the HHID is unique, but from level 3 onwards, it is not unique.
you have to then we have to look into that file. But which round you are working? 75th?
Sir, 59, 70th, and 77th.
59, 70, and 70?
7, latest round.
That's the latest one. I think we have to, in all the three, this same kind of problem is coming.
No, sir. Right now, in 59th round, it is coming.
I think we have worked, but we have to check it. You know? From where you are calling? From which place you are working now?
Sir, I'm pursuing my PhD from Jean University,
Which university?
Chaudhry Ranbir Singh University,
Where it is located?
in Jean, Haryana.
In Haryana. Okay. You send these files, let me check it. Then or else after this we can we can have a correspondence through email. Then we can understand, because unless and until we look the file, we cannot find out where is the mistake.
Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you.
But it is feasible because we are doing this 75th, 76th round. Those kind of problems, I don't know. We have to look into where is the exact problem.
Okay,
You
sir.
can send it, then we will check. Then after that only we can have some kind of solution.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Do we have any other queries?
Hello, Professor. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir, please.
I'm here. I'm
yeah,
here.
yeah. I would like to ask from you that if we have to discern between SPSS or EBUs or the strata, which are the specialties for which we must have to learn strata? Like, there are many things that we can do in SPSS, as you are suggesting that it is the simplification that is existing in strata that we have to do when we are doing our statistical analysis. Like, which is like which is must that to do those things which are not we can do in SPSS. Um, why we should learn, like, this is my basic question. If you want to answer, please.
Why you want to learn strata? That is your question. Am I correct?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Why
Yes.
you are? Huh?
Yes, sir. His question is why
Yes.
we should learn STATA
Why should learn in
and
strata?
yeah,
My
how it is
answer will be
different
like
from.
this. See, as a beginner or as a researcher, my answer is like this. See, if you are working in one software and in-depth analysis or in-depth control there in any software, maybe SPSS, maybe STATA, maybe in R, that will be sufficient. But there are, see, as I have told you in the first, what is called as some of the first, look at this one. There is a comparison between STATA, SPSS, SAS, and R. So that comparison, you can, if you look that comparison, you can have some kind of specialties uniqueness in each and every software. That is my point. See, I'm not saying that SPSS is very good, STATA is very bad, or STATA is very good, SPSS is very bad, or R is. See, all are unique in their own way. Some of them are very good in some aspect. Look at here. If you look data manipulation, STATA is very strong. SPSS is moderate. SAS is very strong. And R is very strong. Data manipulation, as I have told, means creation of a new variable from a existing variable. For example, I have given some example. What is the data manipulation? Suppose per capita income you want to generate. Then what are the required variables? Total income of a household and number of family size. So generate command is very strong in case of STATA. I do not know much about R. Even so, these are some special qualities there in each and every software. I'm not saying that you don't learn SPSS, only learn STATA. Not like that. My advice will be, if you are learning SPSS, go into the in-depth of SPSS. There is nothing STATA will not be required here. Or if you are studying STATA, study only STATA. And after a lot of control over this STATA, then you can have SPSS or R, somewhere you can go. But recently, some people are working in R also. Because R is, I think, I don't have much knowledge on R, but people are saying that R is much user-friendly and having some kind of estimation. It is very useful. You can do it. So data analysis like powerful, and R is powerful and very versatile. So these kind of qualities are there. So you can use this slide and you can understand that what way these all the four big one are useful for you. So there is nothing uniqueness or something like that. But one uniqueness is there, that one, as I have told you, do file. Do file is a very unique kind of facility is given in STATA.
Thank you, Professor.
thank
Really,
you
this
for the
slide is
remarks, sir.
very helpful. Yes, all the learners, this slide
You
is
can
very
you can
helpful.
use this. See this slide.
Yes.
It is a very interesting slide. Even also,
Yeah.
I have collected
Yeah.
a lot of by using these things, how it is there. Then summary of this
Yes.
summary of these things, you can use it. And
Yes.
if you use widely all the four softwares, then you can have an understanding
Yeah.
which one is helpful, which one is more useful, which one is useful in time series data, which one is useful, more useful in case of cross-section data. Because I think every software is having some advantage in some, or specialties in some kind of data. And time series data, I think SPSS R is more. eView, I think eView is much more useful so far as the time series is concerned. So like this only, it does not have a very like this. So take a view of this slide, then go with that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any more question?
Are there any more questions?
Sir, for a beginner, which software is more suitable for as a beginner? Which software we should learn?
I think first you learn Excel, data entry, उसको देखिए पहले, है ना? First you see the Excel, then start with STATA, है ना? And whatever is feasible in your department. I think all the pirated versions of all these softwares are available, but I will suggest, if your department is giving you the registered version, use them. And SPSS is concerned, it is very costly. And STATA is, as I have told, if you purchase a mediocre level IC version, it may be 3 lakhs to 4 lakh or something that. In department or university level, it can be procured. So like this only, it depend upon the availability. If you are having all the four, begin with STATA, then go or SPSS, Whatever SPSS, also many people, it is because it is one of the oldest software. It is widely also available everywhere. That depend on you, based on your availability, convenience, and the circumstances. That is like your friend, your teacher, who is who know it. Suppose in a department, many students they know about STATA, so it will be easy for you to begin with STATA. In a department where SPSS, most of the people they use, it will be easy for you to go for SPSS. So there is no straightforward answer. Depend upon your convenience and environment as well.
Thank you, sir.
How to save these files? How to save our data?
Once again, please repeat. I could not understand your question.
How we can save our files? How we can save our analysis?
Okay, how to save this one?
in STATA?
Save is look. That is an interesting question. I think look, this is a empty window. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yes.
Visible, no? Okay. Now look at this screen. Let me see. This screen is equal to the data entry screen, means where the data are saved. Okay. Now let me type it 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like in Excel, what you can do is also you can type in Excel, save it, and paste it in the STATA. That way you can do it and write save command, save, and keep it in your folder wherever you want. Suppose variable 1, 4, and 5, right? So now you close it. After closing this one and write it save. Save, replace. Very simple one. Save and replace and give the name, because you are a beginner. First time, whenever you are saving, let me give the name of the file as X. Save X and replace. X data could not be opened. Why? Because or else you can write it is save only. Save, replace. Or another way you can also do saving is always type it in the Excel software, then you can put it here in STATA. You can work.
We can do it manually also, sir. We can go to the
Manually,
file at the top corner.
you used to do it manually in STATA. There is nothing like that. It is also user friendly.
At the top corner, there is file. You can click on the file and it will tell you where to save it. At the top
If
corner,
it
left side.
possible, I will suggest one thing, if possible.
Yes, sir.
Physically also you can conduct a training program.
Yes, sir.
wherever
We
you
are planning now
participating.
next we are planning.
So that will be much because these kind of classes, physical classes, are more helpful.
Sir, I am planning in collaboration and conferences. We will update them all.
No, IC sir can phone you.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
thank you.
Yes, sir. Ekta, you can,
Yeah.
proceed your final remarks and obviously
Yeah.
follow up. So I suggest before you provide the final remarks, I suggest to all of you to open your camera. We can take side by side photos for the session. And Nayak sir, we are requesting you to you can close the sharing. Thank you, Ekta. You can go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, sir. We had a very informative session on STATA today, as we can see from the comments. And it would have been great if we had some more time so that we could go in depth into the intricacies of this software, which is very helpful for the researchers these days because of its user friendliness. So anyways, as we have a time constraint, I would like to conclude in very short as we have another session coming. For those, if you feel that your queries are not resolved, you always have the email ID of the resource person. So you can connect with them whenever you wish to for resolving your queries. And once again, I would like to thank Professor Sanatan Nayak for his wonderful lecture and Dr. Firdaus Ahmed sir for giving me the opportunity to moderate this session and be a part of this academic gathering. Thank you so much.
What to you, yes.
Thank you, Professor Nayak sir, for your invaluable contribution to our learning journey. We look forward to applying these insights and skills we have gained from today's session in our future endeavors. We are particularly grateful for your patience in addressing our queries, for your willingness to share your extensive knowledge and experience with us. We are fortunate to have had an opportunity to learn from you. Thank you, sir, once again. We are highly thankful to Dr. Ekta, moderator of today's session, for moderating the session very effectively. Thank you both. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir, and my apologies for some technical glitches due to which my video was not working. Yeah.
No issue. No issue.
Thank you very much. Because initially I was also confused a little bit so far as the time is concerned. It was delayed for almost 1 hour, and thank you very much for giving me opportunity. And if anybody is having any query, they can mail me, and we can have interaction. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now we are moving to our second session of the today. Actually, it was a bit late, but we are starting it quickly. It will be moderated by Dr. Subir Banerjee, who was the Dean at SRIIT Gwalior. I think on the behalf of the Dr. Banerjee, there is someone else who is moderating. Dr. Firdaus might.
There will be Professor Richa. You check, she has joined. Let me check Professor Richa is there. So Wasim Ahmad, I am, I request you, you can, close your video. Wasim Ahmad. Just give me 1 minute. I am just, reaching around phone. Dr. Richa is with us. I am unmuting her. Just 1 minute. We need to wait 1 minute because our moderator will be joining us short. So I request to all the participants, if you are in a position, only then open the camera. Somebody are sleeping and all, so it looks very bad in the recording then. So it takes a lot of energy then to so edit those videos, and it is not good. So let me check the Richa is there or not. Yes, 1 minute more. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah.
Yes, I'm in. Hello, Dr. Firdaus.
Yes, I am unable to find you in
Richa Banerjee.
participant. Yes, I have.
Okay.
Just
Okay,
1 minute. Yes, you can open your camera and
it's
start
open.
the session.
My
Yes, you
cam
can
is
sit.
also on.
Yes, you are ready to start. Please go ahead. You can start now, please.
Okay. So, very good evening to all of you. Because of some issues, Dr. Banerjee could not join as moderator, so I'm taking over his responsibility. We have session with Miss Minakshi Kumari. She is assistant professor at Pondicherry University, Bengaluru. She is driven by desire for impactful research, and she is too much into research. She is vibrant individual having teaching, learning, and research mindset. She aspired to be actively participate in academic field at different ways, particularly in economics. So I welcome her to take over the session. And before session starts, I want to request to all of you to keep your mic on mute mode so that no disturbance will be created. And you can post your queries in chat box. Whatever queries you have, we can ask to the resource person. So handing over the session to Miss Meenakshi Kumari. Is she there in session?
Hello. Yes, Dr. Meenakshi, can you unmute yourself? Yeah. Am I audible to you?
Sir, you are audible, very much audible. Good evening, everyone.
So, Miss Meenakshi, the session is handed over to you. You can proceed with the session, and we will be delighted to hear you.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I am delighted to welcome you to today's sessions on advanced research methodologies. My name is Dr. Meenakshi, and I am an assistant professor in the School of Commerce and Economics at Presidency University, Bengaluru. It is a pleasure to serve as your resource person for this important and exciting topic. Today, we'll explore the linear probability model, logic model, Propert model, and confirmatory factor analysis. These methods are crucial for researchers who aims to analyze binary outcomes and latent variables effectively. Understanding and applying these models can